Weeks 1 to 4, the beginning of life. Weeks 1 to 4 mark the very beginning of life, a stage small yet powerful. Although no visible changes appear on the outside, inside the body, a miracle has already begun. During the first week, fertilization has not yet occurred. The menstrual cycle begins, preparing a new egg to mature inside the ovaries. The uterus also gets ready, building a soft lining to welcome new life. Around the second week, ovulation takes place. An egg is released and travels through the fallopian tube, waiting for the moment it meets a sperm cell. When that meeting happens, a single cell is formed, a fertilized egg, carrying the full blueprint of a new human being. By the third week, this fertilized egg travels toward the uterus and successfully implants into the uterine wall. Here, it begins to divide rapidly, forming a tiny cluster of cells, the foundation of the future baby. In the fourth week, the embryo begins to take shape. It measures only about 1 to 2 millimeters long, smaller than a grain of rice. The basic neural tube, the structure that will become the brain and spinal cord, starts to form. Even though it's still invisible to the human eye, the journey of a lifetime has already begun. Weeks 5 to 8, the heart begins to beat. By the fifth week, the embryo cells are multiplying at an incredible speed. The heart, brain, and spinal cord begin to form. Tiny buds appear, the early signs of arms and legs. At week 6, something extraordinary happens. The baby's tiny heart begins to beat. Blood starts to circulate, carrying oxygen and nutrients through the embryo's fragile body. Facial features start to appear, the beginnings of eyes, nose, and mouth. By the 7th week, the embryo is about 1 centimeter long. Major organs like the liver and kidneys begin to develop. The umbilical cord forms, connecting the baby to the mother and providing essential nourishment. At week 8, the embryo has developed enough to be called a fetus. It already has a recognizable human shape, with tiny fingers, toes, and a beating heart. Inside the womb, life is thriving. Weeks 9 to 12, taking human form. From week 9, the fetus grows rapidly. The head becomes rounder, and facial features become clearer. Eyes, though still closed, begin to form eyelids. The baby can now move slightly, though the mother cannot yet feel it. By week 10, all vital organs are in place and begin to function. The tiny heart beats strong, pumping blood through miniature veins. The brain continues to grow at an astonishing rate. At week 11, the baby measures about 5 centimeters long. Bones begin to harden, fingernails form, and tiny teeth start to develop beneath the gums. By week 12, the fetus can move its arms and legs, swallow, and even make facial expressions. The placenta is now fully functional, delivering oxygen and removing waste. The first trimester comes to an end, the foundation of life is complete. Weeks 13 to 16, growing stronger. During weeks 13 to 16, the baby begins to grow quickly. Its body straightens, bones strengthen, and muscles develop. The baby's movements become more coordinated, tiny kicks, stretches, and turns. By week 14, the baby can make facial expressions, yawn, and even suck its thumb. Fine hair begins to cover the skin. At week 15, hearing starts to develop, allowing the baby to sense sound vibrations. By week 16, the baby measures around 12 centimeters and weighs about 100 grams. The mother's belly starts to show. It's a peaceful time, both baby and mother growing together in harmony. Weeks 17 to 20, feeling the first movements. Weeks 17 to 20 mark a magical stage. The mother begins to feel the baby's first movements. These gentle flutters are called quickening. Inside the womb, the baby's nervous system becomes more refined. The ears move to their final position, and the baby can now hear muffled sounds, even the mother's heartbeat and voice. By week 20, the baby's heartbeat can be heard clearly through a stethoscope. The body is covered in a soft layer of hair called lanugo, which helps regulate temperature. This is a time of deep connection, a living bond between mother and child. Weeks 21 to 24, awakening the senses. Between weeks 21 and 24, the baby's senses awaken. Taste buds form, and the baby can detect flavors in the amniotic fluid. The skin, once transparent, begins to thicken and gain color. By week 22, the baby can open its eyes slightly and respond to light. Its brain develops rapidly, forming billions of connections. At week 24, the lungs start producing surfactant, a vital substance that helps them expand after birth. Though still small, the baby now has a chance of survival if born prematurely. Weeks 25 to 28, growing and learning. During weeks 25 to 28, the baby gains weight quickly, developing layers of fat beneath the skin. The eyelids can open and close, and the baby can recognize light and dark. The brain continues to mature, and the baby begins to form sleep and wake cycles. By week 27, the baby can respond to touch and sound. It may even turn its head toward the mother's voice. The lungs, though not fully developed, are preparing for the first breath of life. By week 28, the baby weighs around 1 kilogram and continues to grow stronger each day. Weeks 29 to 32, preparing for the outside world. At weeks 29 to 32, the baby's body grows rapidly. Muscles strengthen, and the baby becomes more active, with frequent kicks and stretches. Fat continues to build under the skin, giving the baby a rounder appearance. By week 30, the baby's brain is developing complex folds, a sign of increasing intelligence. It can now dream during sleep. At week 32, the baby weighs about 1.7 kilograms. The lungs are almost mature, and the baby practices breathing movements inside the womb. Weeks 33 to 36, getting ready for birth. During weeks 33 to 36, the baby's organs reach full maturity. The immune system strengthens, and bones harden, though the skull remains soft for birth. Most babies move into the head-down position, ready for delivery. The mother may feel more pressure and occasional contractions as the body prepares for labor. The baby continues to gain weight and stores nutrients for the journey ahead. Weeks 37 to 40, the final countdown. Weeks 37 to 40 mark the final stage of pregnancy. The baby is now considered full-term, ready to meet the world. It weighs around 3 to 3.5 kilograms and measures over 50 centimeters long. The baby's organs function perfectly. Its skin is smooth, and its body is plump and strong. The baby's head settles deep into the pelvis, waiting for the signal that it's time to be born. Then, the moment arrives, contractions grow stronger, and new life is ready to emerge. After 40 weeks of growth, love, and anticipation, a cry fills the air, the first sound of life. A new human being has entered the world. And with that, the miracle of life begins.